This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, I guess Irv Gotti really is a sucker, okay? Him and Ja Rule, they're not the most gangster guys in the world, okay? But they wanted to be, okay? And they felt like they were. But I'm going to tell you something. Irv Gotti tells a dumb story. When Nas was about to sign to Irv Gotti, right? Or was thinking about it. He was talking about, yo, Nas. He says, I was a little high at the time. And I was like, yo, Nas, when we go on tour, we going to have 2 tour buses and we're going to tow Bentleys, Rolls Royces, and Ferraris with us. And when we get out for the tour, let's say we go to Baltimore, we're going to get in these luxury whips and we're going to ride through the hood in Baltimore. We're going to pull up. And he said, we're going to go to the chicken spot and just be posted up there eating chicken. They're never going to forget us. Yeah, you're going to be driving. It's like being a raw steak in the jungle because you're flaunting your riches in front of people that don't got it like that, you know? Irv is so tone deaf that he couldn't realize that it's like he never was in the hood ever and knew nobody from the hood, but surrounded himself with people from the hood. You ain't got the respect in the street to not get touched. Nobody does in the music business, really. It's like some people do. It's rare. Most people are looked at like, oh, nah, they soft. And you're going to get tested. So Nas looked at him and he said, yeah, but what if we get killed? And then Irv Gotti tried to be super against. He's like, then we martyrs. And Ja Rule was like, yeah, screw death. It's like, what? Yo, these guys are goofy. Nas right then and there learned that Irv Gotti and Ja Rule were some goofy dudes that lived this fantasy that they were the toughest guys ever. And nothing will happen to them. Thank God Nas didn't sign to Irv Gotti and them. This is how you lose your life, not thinking about the worst situation that could happen. Like, maybe I shouldn't wear a Rolex in the projects. You might get robbed or lose your life for that Rolex. This guy, he told us the same exact story on Drink Champs before. Yeah, they repeat their own stories. How many times are we going to have Irv Gotti up at Drink Champs? I mean, this is like 5th visit. It's the only place he can go. And he just likes telling stories. And like he's the best thing that ever happened to hip-hop. It's like, bro, stop. Ja will always be Irv Gotti's. He likes that Irv Gotti drives the ship and he just comes along, Like, I don't know. Let's see. Nas is a couple $100 million up and Irv Gotti is Irv. Think like Nas. That's what somebody said in the comments. All right. So, and he tarnished his Jay-Z relationship by siding with Nas, and he should have just stayed in the middle. But that's another story. We know that story. This is Drake's new hairstyle. Interesting. T.I. and BOOSIE. BOOSIE's getting dragged by people, especially some people from jail have spoken out. Some people that just have different street morals. And BOOSIE, they're like, BOOSIE has all these street morals, but he won't speak on certain people snitching. Just people that he feels safe doing. And then with the T.I. thing, there's paperwork. There's it's public record with things T.I.'s done. And they say, to go back and say it's business, but then you call Kodak blackout and say it's, you have to have morals and principles. BOOSIE's a walking hypocrite at this point. It's sad to see. Why is BOOSIE so talkative and hypocritical lately? He'll say anything to get posted. Anything. Pliers reacts to shy Carrie Richardson. She wins again. And he says, this is an example of how people will write you off and expose your worst moments. And the minute you get back popping, they reappear like they've been messing with you the whole time. This is Plow's plea for the people to mess with him once again. People wrote him off a long time ago, and then he had to become a comedian on the internet, because people didn't believe that it was exposed he wasn't a gangster. But he portrayed it so hard. He tried to fool everybody. Arbys will always be a mystery. Arbys is owned by a company, the company that holds Arbys, Dunkin', Sonic. It's called Inspire Brands. And that's controlled by a private equity group. And you never see people in line at Arbys. Arbys is good. It's not bad, but you never really see people in line at Arbys. People ain't thirsty to get into Arbys. Dunkin' is a different story. But, they're going to buy Subway, a failing sandwich brand. How are they going to bring Subway back? People have written off Subway. Firehouse subs used to be decent. They fell off. The best place you can go for a sub, really, is Publix. Publix is making a better sub than Subway. And Subway, all they do is make subs. If they revamp it, maybe I'll give it a try again. I do remember way back when I was a young child, I should say, in the 90s. A Subway sandwich was delicious. They knew how to make them in the 90s. They kind of fell off after that. Soulja Boy says, my album Soulja Season was taken off DSPs because of copyright claim from a producer. I purchased the beat from 100%. This is the third time this happened. First, Biggest Op, then Draco 3. This may be my last time working with producers. They messing it up for other procurers. I would say Soulja Boy, he has to have a receipt for this. I'm surprised they didn't reach out to him and, give him a chance to say, nah, I paid for this. Camron and Mace, they locked down a 8-figure deal with this gambling company for It Is What It Is. That's awesome. Salute to them, man. Then we got Bobby Atoff going for the save. People are already getting sour on her, so they're like, okay, maybe we can get... The biggest thing she did was with Funny Marco. Maybe we can get her do a show with Funny Marco, or maybe this is the way of WME signing Funny Marco and putting the energy on him that they were giving her, because I think he would be very successful with that same energy they're pouring into her, giving her Drake. She got it through that company, WME. Trust me. Drake, Tyga, all these people, give those to Funny Marco, he'll knock it out the park. Because he knows these people's history. He does the right research. He'll ask the right questions that are funny. And he's really funny. He took that Zach Galifianakis Between Two Ferns style and took it to another level. She is just a copy, And Van Lathan's in the comments saying, genius. Be careful where you use the word genius. Smart, sure. Genius? You got to reserve that for a genius moment, because there's nothing above genius. There's nothing above genius. You got to be careful with your words. You got to reserve big, meaningful words like that for something really genius. Anyways, the Jordan Tower, JT News. Peace.